Behind easy. He's wide open. Yes, sir! Lastimosa. Another three. Bang!
Jerome Lastimosa.
Oh, go! Triple for Jerome Lastimosa. Melesio all day to shoot. Gets it to go. Lasar is off and running. Melesio behind the back pass again. Justin Baltasar brings that baby home. Cani against Desiderio. The bang in the bucket. They swing it to Comboy, who's had the hot hand. Still finds a way. Fading away on one leg. Ildefonso will drive right. That's all muscle. Changes direction. Twice he does that. Navigates through Pasay traffic. Double-double performance for Philip Manalang. Straightaway jumper. Nothing but sweet string music. Manzo with a steal! All the way! That's one behind the back. Highlight, the University of the Philippines after 32 years! CJ for three! Are you kidding me? Subido with a crossover. Subido for three! Renzo Subido! Ravenna leaves it for Edge. Oh! Here's Matt, the 30. Highlight coming. Two-hand slam. Dominance and the excellence of the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles continues. After a brief break, we're back inside the Mall of Asia Arena in the heart of Pasay City for the continuation of the live and exclusive coverage of UAAP Season 82 Men's Basketball Tournament. Earlier today, both DLSU and Ateneo de Manila University both scoring 65 points to defeat UE and FEU respectively, also defeating them coming from behind in our first two games of our Wednesday triple header, and this will finish us off today. It is the rematch in the second round of two very explosive teams, the UP Fighting Maroons and the UST Growling Tigers. Our triple dip offering live on SNA and on Liga, and of course in our high definition platforms SNA HD and Liga HD. We welcome you to our coverage. Thank you very much for checking us out. My name is Boom Gonzalez, together with Christian Luanzon. He will be breaking down this exciting matchup between UP and UST this afternoon and completing our broadcast team and telling the stories, those compelling stories for both UST and UP today. It will be Michaela Chavez, of course, as always, will be reporting for the Growling Tigers. And Yanni Mayo will be the one telling the story from the UP side of things. And we can't wait to hear those stories before the game starts and at halftime. But we begin, of course, with my partner here, Christian. And I want you to tell us, considering what happened earlier today, how does this affect this game between UP and UST?
It creates more chaos, especially for us watching as fans.
And that's a good kind of chaos.
It's a good kind of chaos, and we're going to see the standings later, the logjam underneath from 2 basically up to number 6, and you know, Ateneo just continues to be bulletproof.
So far, no?
Yeah, 11 to nothing para sa kanila, and obviously UP Fighting Maroons, you know, second with 6-3. You know, a lot of squeaky wins in that first round, 1-point wins. UST, you know, just a strong start to the season, has lost a couple, including that game against FEU, which we'll talk about later. DLSU finding some stride. I think this is a team to watch. I've always said that this is the dark horse anytime, you know, they have the size and the talent to compete against anybody. FEU, yun nga, medyo sayang lang yung laro nila kanina, pretty much controlled the whole game.
Yep.
But Ateneo was just Ateneo, so to speak. And then Adamson, you can't leave them out of the picture, especially with Coach Franz. UE losing also today, and NU with those 2 wins.
And Adamson is having their eye on this game because I believe UP will be their next opponent. All right, let's focus our attention on this matchup, UP and UST. This is a second round matchup. The first meeting during the first round, obviously, was both their second assignments in season 82 of the UAAP. This is when UP fell down to 1-1, and UST with its first winning streak at 2-0. This is the game where UST kind of introduced themselves to season 82 followers that, hey, we're for real. Nobody talked about us so much, but they were dazzling offensively. They were dizzying in terms of their pace, and they also played some good defense at the end of that game to blow by UP, Christian.
No question about it, and this was their second game of the season already. First game, they won against the Warriors, if you remember well. It was a good foreign student matchup between Chabio, who had 18 and 18, Bright Akweti, former MVP, reigning MVP,
right,
with those big-time numbers. But this is a different ball game coming into this game. That's because in that game, Paras was not there, suited up for the Fighting Maroons. And obviously, Paras has, arguably been the big difference, if not the big difference, of why UP, no question about it, right? So this is a different game in the second round. Different approach, definitely, for Coach Alden, especially with the number of games they've already had. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of schemes against Kobe and Bright.
All right, and we'll talk about those schemes. We'll talk about a lot of the other things about this UP-UST matchup. It is exciting here at the Mall of Asia Arena when we come back. We also want to welcome our viewers through sports.abs-cbn.com/livestream/UAAP, also on tfc.tv and on I Want Sports, all our online platforms, working for all our UAAP loyal viewers. Mabuhay at magandang hapon po muli. Boom Gonzalez, Christian Luanzon. This is a few minutes before the UP-UST game. All right, let's talk about UST first. They have lost 2 of their last 3 games, and arguably, you could say, Christian, those 2 losses were 2 of the worst in the season for them. Maybe in terms of numbers, maybe in terms of the eye test. And I'm talking about the Ateneo game, which they lost. They were impressive against UE as they bounced back, and then they lost again disappointingly against FEU.
And that was against 2 of the best defensive teams that we have. Excuse me. And you look at the numbers right here, and the key stat for me is really, well, we don't see it on our screens, but really the free throw disparity. Okay, the free throw that FEU allowed UST, and that's because in the first round, where FEU lost that first round game against UST in double figures, I believe, they sent UST to the line 30 times. Now, the three-point shooting is always going to be there. UST is #1 in the league in terms of attempts, in terms of makes, almost 10 per ball game, 35 attempts per game. Their lowest season output so far in terms of the three ball has been 7 or 8 in a game. So the question is, can you chase them off the other line, which is the free throw? I think that's going to be a key to me. If you can chase them off both, it will obviously give UP a very good chance, especially towards the end of the game.
One of those guys who is shooting very well from the three-point area, one of many players who are shooting high percentage or good percentage at least. This guy who has had a solid year for Coach Alden Ayo. You can talk about, you know, the newcomers in Abando and Nonoy. Of course, we know what they're capable of. Then the Cancinos, who still has not broken out here. The Chabio, of course. But this guy has been so solid throughout the game, sometimes even silently. He's shooting 34% from beyond the arc and sometimes has those crucial threes too for Coach Alden Ayo.
And the second best talented team in USC. I got UP at the top of that, and them and Ateneo pretty much tied in terms of from a talent standpoint. You need glue guys like Brent Paraiso, guys who could keep the team together, a guy who doesn't need the ball to be effective, but at the same time, a guy who can knock down shots when he's open. More importantly, under Coach Alden, he's been the guy that's been with Coach Alden since pumasok dito si Coach Alden sa UAAP back during their Lasal days. So obviously, the chemistry is there between him and Coach Alden, and that's a big thing.
Very, very obvious in the way that he plays, the way he carries himself, his demeanor is totally like, alam mo, bata ni Coach Alden Ayo. Right, you talk about talent. Well, of course, in the middle of that gang, that talented UST gang is the guy who's leading everybody in terms of the MVP race. He's looking to dethrone last year's, or as you put it, the reigning MVP. Let's talk about Solomon Chabio. Your thoughts on this guy?
Well, the key to FEU's win is taking first Sam Concepcion out of the game compared to the first round where he had 12 points, and also the biggest fish that did the damage in the first round. This guy, you know, his second lowest output, I believe, in terms of points, 7 points. The rebounding is going to be there, even at 6'6". You know, he's a motor. He loves to rim run. You know, loves to attack the glass. If UP can duplicate this aside from the usual numbers that Akweti will get, there's no question about it. I think UP will be in a good chance if they could stop Chabio the same way the Tamaraos did.
Yeah, credit to FEU, credit to Pat Chuente, who did his job against Solomon Chabio. All right, let's bring in Makaila Chavez into this conversation. Makaila, we were talking about your team losing 2 of its last 3, and in those 2 losses, including the last one, very disappointing for the UST team, for the UST community. Give us an inside look, please.
Well, gentlemen, last game's heartbreaking finish serves as a wake-up call for the UST Growling Tigers to realize that their effort is not yet enough. You know, Coach Alden Ayo, disappointed he was questioned the boys, saying, nagkulang ba kami sa reminders? Everyone else inside the dugout then looked so helpless and down. And that is why Coach Alden Ayo uttered the words, nobody's quitting, you have to stay together, and let's move on from this. We will do our jobs. Now, he pointed out that the boys must display an excellent basketball IQ on the court. He was firm when he said, ang basketball, padamihan ng score, so bottom line, we have to be consistent and making good shots. Now, in preparation for this match against the UP Fighting Maroons, the team plays more emphasis on conditioning themselves physically. Team captain CJ Cancino attested that they're going to be winning today, especially that this will serve as their birthday present for Coach Alden Ayo. It was actually his birthday just yesterday. Now, just a little fun fact, at exactly 12 a.m., 12 in the morning yesterday, these guys surprised Coach Ayo at his place. And when asked for his birthday wish, of course, he vocally said, hindi na kailangang ibulong pa, mananalo tayo this season. Back to you guys.
Maybe the one time that Coach Alden Ayo will allow his boys to be up at 12 a.m. Thank you, Makaila Chavez, as Alden Ayo celebrated his birthday.
Last game sila.
Happy birthday. Di tayo na-imbitahan dun. Story of one coach celebrating a birthday, the story of the other coach making his comeback in today's game. We'll talk about the UP Fighting Maroons. Bo Pirasol comes back after serving a 2-game, shortened 2-game suspension. We'll talk more about that when we come back. Third game of our Wednesday triple dip will be the game between UP and UST. They meet again after that wonderful and exciting first round matchup. We welcome you to our live broadcast. We're still here at the pregame, so let's talk about UP now. Earlier we talked about UST. First of all, the good news, I'm sure everybody knows already, Coach Bo Perasol comes back today, shortened suspension, so that's great for the UP community. And the other good news for them is they're coming off a really good win against the UE Red Warriors, Christian.
It was a strong start for them, 18-2 to start the ball game, and then it was tied at 41 with 1 minute and 18 seconds left in the second. Had a chance to talk to Coach Bo. Ito talaga yung winning workout niya sa team niya. Even in the second round, the consistency per quarter. Because we've seen them many times already this season. They would have a 30-point quarter, and at the same time, to the extreme, would have a 7-8-point quarter.
Right.
So they're hoping that in this game against, the Growling Tigers, that at the very least they would be consistent in their performance, especially on the offensive end, and I'll go to that later. You look at the numbers right here, very uncharacteristic for a team, especially with Kobe Paras, who leads the league in terms of getting to the line. Only 9 free throws in total in this game, and a big part of that is because in that game, UE, did a good job of defending without fouling, but the fourth quarter was really a story to look at if you're Coach Bo, because entering the fourth quarter, they were up by 17, and then the Warriors had a 25-13 fourth quarter run that almost made that a basketball game. As you see, only winning by 3 was UP.
So far in that time that Coach Bo was out, they're 1-1. Basically, they lost the first game and then they won that one against the UE Red Warriors. Let's talk about the little guy this time. Well, there's a lot of talk about Kobe and, of course, Javi and Bright, but let's concentrate first on a guy who did very well against those guards of the UE Red Warriors, Jun Manzo.
Well, Jun Manzo, he had his best game in terms of scoring output so far. Highest output for the season in 10 games, 17 points. And what you like the adjustment that, Coach Bo and Coach Ricky Dandan did. He started Jun Manzo at the 2 guard and then had Mantilla to start the point. Our colleague Mikey Reyes covering that game made a great point about taking the pressure off of him, not only offensively of bringing down the basketball, but also defensively, of putting pressure on the ball. Now Mantilla only played 9 minutes and was, quite had an impact in that game, all in the first half, but it allowed Jun Manzo to look for his shot. Really a game that we're not used to, especially with the loaded guards that they had. He had 11 of the 17 points, all in the first half, really set the tone for them.
Tapos idol pa, ang kasama niya, Mantilla, iniidolo si Jun Manzo, really looking up to him, so that must have been a great moment for those 2-point guards. Right, we got a small guy, let's talk about the big guy. The one that Solomon Chavio is trying to dethrone as the MVP. He's still the reigning MVP, and you still got to go through Bright Akuet.
And he's still putting up MVP type numbers.
Correct.
And what's impressive is that a lot of people may not know about this. He's pretty much been playing hurt the whole season.
Correct.
And you could see it the way he runs runs up and down the floor. You could see it in his expressions at times when he falls down especially. But you like the fight that Bright is bringing to this team. There's no question about it. As good as a big difference Kobe has been to their team, the talent that they have, even with the struggles, I think the heart and soul of this team is Bright Akueti.
Buti na lang, and he's really playing with so much heart this season. He's gutting it out here in season 82 of the UAAP. Now let's bring back Yanni Mayo into this conversation. We talked about Jun Manzo. I know we have more from you from the Cebuano hotshot. Go ahead, Yanni.
Boom and Chris, talking about Jun Manzo's performance in the last game. It's no wonder that a lot of people admire him, including our very own JB Mantilla. Now, JB said that he just used to watch Jun play in the UAAP on television, but Jun this time was the first one to welcome him to the university and, of course, told him that he'll be taking care of him throughout his stay. For the games, JB keeps the mentality of always being ready to provide with whatever the coaches need him to do. And speaking of coaches, Coach Bo Perasol is back, leading the Fighting Maroons on the court. Prior to this game, He drew the guys a picture literally on a whiteboard drawing stairs, indicating that each level is a win. And now to get the 7th win today will be another big step requiring a team effort. Now there are two things that the team will watch out for today. Number one is UST's speed, and number two is their outside shooting. With that, the plan is someone from the team needs to constantly be in front of a UST player to prevent them from being open. Boom and Chris, let's see if the Fighting Maroons can give Coach Bo a welcome gift by winning today's game.
All right, Yanni, quickly, since you mentioned Coach Bo, did you get to talk to him as he comes back to the UAAP today?
Yes, I did get to talk to him. He said that although he appreciates the community support, he wants everyone to direct that support and that energy to the team. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Yanni. Mayo, we'll hear from you. And Makaila, at halftime, your thoughts on Bo coming back real quick?
No surprise. Coach Bo, I've known him for a long time. Downplaying that, yan talaga personality niya.
And the attention should be on the matchup, UP versus UST. And we'll get to that after we take a short break here at the Mall of Asia Arena.
Number 11, JD Tongkam. Number 12, J-Boy Gob. Number 13, June Manzo. Number 14, Will Gossam. Number 17, John Haboneta. Number 20, Gerson Prado. Number 22, Javi Gomez Celiano. Number 25, Richie Rivero. And number 33, Pio Longa. Fighting Maroons head coach is Bo Perasol. Now give it up for your UST Growling Tigers. Number 3, Brent Paraiso. Number 5, Enzo Subido. Number 6, Mark Donoy. Number 8, Sherwin Concepcion. Number 10, Renz Abando. Number 11, Rick Kaunan. Number 13, Zach Wang. Number 14, Dave Ando. Number 16, Nat Consejo. Number 17, Mix Patilinan. Number 19, June Asuncion. Number 21, Bert Bordeos. Number 23, Solomon Chabio. Number 27, Ira Batalier. Number 30, Dio Kuwahao. And number 77, CJ Cancino. Growling Tigers head coach is Aldin Ayo.
Moments away from the matchup between UST and UP, but before that, let's talk about this particular matchup. For the first time, they'll see each other face-to-face on the court in a UAAP setting because, again, Kobe was not around. He was still nursing that injury in their first 3 games here in Season 82.
Really good matchup on hand, Boom, for 2 things. One, as a fan, the highlights. Obviously, the breakaways, the dunks, even from a defensive standpoint, the chase down. Second, two players who really thrive also defensively. I think Kobe's defense is very underrated. He's an excellent defender off the ball. On the other hand, Renz Abando, an excellent defender on the ball.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to look out for between these two guys who play, sometimes you could say similarly, but also play very differently.
Right.
Diba? So, magandang abangan yan. And there might be other matchups here that might surprise us. You know, there might be some players here who might break out. There's UST still waiting for that Cancino breakout game. He's been waiting for it also.
Same
Richie
thing for
Rivero.
UP. Yeah.
Richie Rivero naman dun sa kabila. So, loaded with talent. As you said, these two teams, in terms of on-paper talent, that's why there's so many probable side stories and storylines.
Expectations.
Yes, expectations. But we are not going to see the matchup today, and we did not get this report just now. So this is just in, as Renz Abando is not coming in and is not playing today.
Unless he has a twin that we don't know of. But obviously, short-handed is UST. That's a big blow for them.
And we'll find out the real reason on why he won't be playing today. But this is the starting lineups for both Coach Bo and Coach Alden Ayo.
Which puts obviously CJ Cancino back in the lineup. He started in the first few games of this season. It's been an up and down season, obviously, for him after the season-ending injury he had, I believe, in the second or maybe the last game of the season. But he has showed a few moments in this season that he is still capable of knocking down shots and doing a little bit of playmaking. And let's see if Coach Alden will be able to squeeze out more from him, especially with the absence of Renz Abando.
And they kept it under wraps, Christian.
That's why we didn't know.
We're here,
Yeah.
kept it so well, even from their courtside reporter and everybody else in that side. They kept it under wraps that he was, and then that's part of the
Right,
the
strategy,
gamemanship. Yeah, here in the UAP, because he is a major player in this league.
And using perfect timing, using his birthday as a camouflage. Yung pala yun. Hindi yung birthday niya, kundi hindi makalaro si Abando.
And we still don't know the reason why. In the meantime, we hope that he will be well, because obviously we don't want to miss talent like that, Christian. We want to see them on the floor playing, doing what they love, and being at their best. In the meantime, off to a running start was Mantilla, but missing the layup. So we're ready for a track meet here today, Christian.
For sure.
I hope you had a good meal, because you're not standing up from that chair for the next couple of hours. We will want to miss a beat in this ball game. And true to form, UST starts off with a three-point shot. Solomon. Will that make the shot clock? Apparently they allow it as Bright Acueti wrestles that ball. And Batalier will be called for an early foul. Okay, let me ask you, Christian. You're an opposing coach, opposing player. You find out something like that, you already have a game plan about with guys like Renz Abando, because again, he's a key player. Does that disrupt you a little bit? Does that disorient you a little bit? Or is that, doesn't matter, we're concentrating on what we have to do?
Well, if you're UP, obviously, as they score the first blood here for the first 2 points, if you're UP, you want to approach it the same way, because CJ Cancino, as we mentioned, is a capable player of filling in those shoes. I don't think we have to remind people of the numbers that he put up in his super rookie season, as he puts up a three, his first attempt right here. He has the length, he has the talent. The question is, how long can he sustain it? Because we've seen him in his brightest moments, in those small moments in the games this season. If you're UST, obviously you've known this even before today. So I'm pretty sure they are in the proper mindset already.
Prior to the game, during the warm-ups right after the FU Ateneo game, he was very early out on the floor, shooting threes actually. And now he knocks down back-to-back triples. Like we said in the pregame, when will be his breakout game? We've all been waiting for it. He has expressed, he even tweeted, "I miss the old me." That's what he said not too long ago. So, he's been wanting to break out also out of his shell. Paras sidesteps, floats, and puts it in for the fourth point for UP.
That's a beautiful touch. You're talking about a sidestep shot 1 foot below the free throw line. That's a tough shot to make.
The pickup by Manzo. Doesn't have the numbers though. As Merle, Acueti, and Paras trotting back.
Paraiso matching up on Manzo.
Mantilla will step on the line. So a nice explosive start here. Explosive in the sense that Mo Perasol is back, Abando won't play, and Cancino knocks down his 7th and 8th triples of the season. Back-to-back. And he starts for Coach Alden Ayo.
What a move.
Oh, Subido.
Great help though by Paras.
Batalier inside to Chabio with 6 to shoot. Paraiso. Not that time. Paras. 3 trying to stop him. He puts on the chicken wing, but there was contact before that from Batalier.
I tell you, since we're in the local setting, he's like an LRT train when he goes downwards. A driving force is Kobe.
The McDonald's instant replay showing that he wants to do well today. Again, he was absent during the last matchup. He missed the first couple of games for the UP Fighting Maroons.
And that's why Batelier gets the start right now to match up against the 6'6" Kobe. Batelier is a big man, a center, matched up against a 6'6" small forward in Kobe Paras.
If you're Batelier, that's the shot you want Kobe to take, am I correct?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Hasn't gone into double figures in terms of makes in three-pointers, 8 in total. I believe have to double check. He made one in their last game, his first shot of the game against the Warriors. Misses his first one.
He's 19% from that area. So that is the shot you want to give up for Kobe Paras. Manzo is another story though, because when it comes to June Manzo, with a Vivo V17 shoot beyond limits, in comparison to Kobe, you don't want Manzo shooting threes. Cancino tries another one, and this was what I was talking about prior to the game. I was surprised that he was jacking up threes prior to the start of this game. Pure gold, always panalo move from the captain.
And I'm pretty sure Coach Bo not happy with that play as the lob pass underneath as Chavio overplayed. Help was there, but it was late.
Yamaha Mio, #1 move by the reigning MVP. Antilla shadowing Subido. Subido, hesitation move, then drives and draws the foul from the Cebuano.
Now going back to our point earlier, I had a chance to talk to Coach Bo. One thing that they emphasize as we see the driving kick by Kobe for Manzo to knock it down is that one thing that they emphasize during their practice time before this game is fighting through screens. UST is the type of team that runs a lot of cross screens, a lot of screen-to-screener plays, and so far it has not been well for them defensively, especially leaving Cancino open a couple of times already.
Concepcion is another one of those with a specialty of the house, lines up the three and gets it to go for the 12-9 lead. But the answer right inside for Kobe Paras, and that's what he likes to do. A Jollibee 100% the amazing move of the quarter.
Reminds me of a nightmare matchup that I dreaded during my time, Bo. Mike Cortez, right-handed, but really good with his left.
Subido misses. Murrell climbs the ladder for the retrieval. It's back in the hands of Paras. Paras jacks up another three. This one, nothing but strings.
And the difference of the second shot to the first one is that he made a layup. Anytime you see that ball go in, your second shot, even if it's from the outside, makes it a lot easier to knock it down.
Concepcion at the Gatorade hydration checkpoint misses.
Better challenge by Bright right there.
So right now it's 14-12. Make that 16-12 as Manzo smiles his way to the rack. UP ahead, and a fifth lead change of the game right away.
For the Growling Tigers.
What a start so far between these two teams, UP and UST. As Bright Akweti, I'm looking right now, is walking to the locker room. He just got replaced. He's walking into the locker room to get himself checked. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Gerson Prado will step into his shoes for a second. Mark Nonoy is also in for the very first time for the Growling Tigers, who are behind by 4 here. Concepcion free for another 3. Gets set to go.
Well, Sam Concepcion, if he can provide that outside shooting which he has shown all throughout this season, that has to be big for them. Again, I thought FEU, a big part of the game is taking out Chabio and Concepcion, who only scored 2 points in the last game compared to the 12 in the first round.
Manzo uses the roadblock. Merle will throw up a 3. Wow, today, so far, these players are all swishing 3s. UST has 5, UP has 3 so far in this game.
Just about when we were about to say.
That's a master play of the game, by the way.
That it's a contrast of style of play. A team that loves to shoot the 3-ball bully ball right there by Chabio, as almost a steal by Nonoy.
Oh, what a flakes, kakaibang move.
But you look at the perimeter points, UST number 1 in the league, UP dead last in the league in that stat. At the same time, points in the paint, UP second best at 38, just a shade under UE at 38.4. UST dead last with 27.
Ang una yan para sa UST, that's their first points in the paint.
Imagine, boom, UST averaging close to 78 points per ball game, and yet they average 10 3-pointers per game. That's 36% of their total output.
What a pass by Juan. But the takeaway by Juan. Kobe will try another 3. This one's off to the left. Nonoy looks at Coach Alden Ayo. They call out the play. They're behind by 2. Spencer. 9 on the 24 as we approach the 3-minute mark here of the first quarter. Outside, Concepcion again. Right between the eyes on that one. Straight and true, and a 6th lead change of the game. It is run and gun between UP and UST.
Sam Concepcion, how about UST shooting the lights out from downtown? 5 3-pointers already. 6 rather in this first quarter. That's a play that they have loved, that they love to run, that ear play, screen the screener action as one misses. But an offensive rebound right there to get a pair at the line is Prado.
Here comes the pop out by Sherwin. Sherwin lines it up, knocks it down for the 6th triple of UST.
You know, Coach Olsen and Coach Nash, Coach Eric made a point of emphasis in the last game that it's very crucial that they would have a solid individual defense against UST players, and we saw that in that game when a white shirt would drive down the floor. Very rare would you see a Tamarao provide help side only if necessary, and that's going to be key if UP wants to duplicate what FEU did, to prevent those driving kicks and fighting through those screens, especially on the pin downs.
7th lead change of the game right away. Spencer is the one assigned to Nonoy. Ando, the handoff to Quahao. 7 on the 24, and UST is still out, and they still don't know what to do here on offense. So Nonoy decides to break down the defense himself. Back rims that one. UST gets it back. Wang will shoot the 3. The 7th triple for UST in quarter number 1. Manulife Vision Player of the game.
Leads the team in 3-point percentage, almost 60%. He is 12 out of 20 after that shot.
Spencer, 2 misses from beyond the arc. Everybody getting into this 3-point party right now. Nonoy looking to speed in. It's 23-21 with 1:37 remaining in the first quarter.
Both teams combined 10 of 20 from the 3-ball.
Ang daling madala no? Parang, uy, ako rin! Gusto ko rin makisali! Teka!
Right. But I think the question though for UP, this is not their game.
Right.
Although you like it that they're knocking their shots down, UST has proven that they can win a lot of ball games even with a lot of attempts and a lot of makes. UP has not.
Well, they had 43 in their first matchup against UE. They had 39 in the second matchup. So this UST team has the license and the go signal to shoot. In the meantime, Richie Rivero is in the ball game for the first time. They kick it out. Concepcion again. Not that time. High up for the rebound was Juan Gomez de Leandro. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. They kick it out. Richie thought about it. Floats inside. Naiwan and a sorry miss. Was that Noah Webb? Yes, Noah Webb underneath. Everybody was looking already because Richie was floating in the air looking to shoot. So all the guys were looking at the rim. Naiwanan si Noah Webb sa ilalim, but Noah unable to convert.
Obviously a good pass by Richie. I like the fact that he went for the pull-up instead of going all the way to the teeth of the defense and probably end up with that Euro step, which nababasa na ng mga, ng mga ibang teams natin. At that time, had a shot and had a drop pass. And right now, Deliano ends up with 2 pairs with the extra possession.
Okay, I just wanted some silence just for a second. Even here in the Mall of Asia Arena, you could hear a pin drop for like 2 seconds real quick because everybody has been screaming and shrieking from the start of this game. Okay, balik tayo. Nonoy, dire-diretso. Sapal!
Wow.
See, we only needed the 2-second break because we knew we were going to get back to it right away.
That was a mosquito block, by the way. The way he swatted that one.
Noah Webb, fly swatter style, denying entry.
I tell you, the athletes that this UP Maroons have off the charts.
Well, the athletes that we have in season 82 in general,
yeah.
it's just the most we've seen
in years.
In many years. Yes. Just in terms of pure athleticism, from point guard to center. Nonoy wants to get into the fun. Short on the 3. So a difference of a second in between clocks. And it's in the hands of Juan Gomez de Leandro.
Zone.
Avi sets it up. Webb kicks it out. Rivero from 15. No. And it will go to UST with 6.7 remaining.
A little early on the attack right there, as you mentioned, about a split second or a second remaining in the shot clock.
And 6.7 is a lot.
Yeah.
With Mark Nonoy running too.
Takes about 1 second for him to get down the court, by the way.
But they can't get it to him. So we end our first quarter with UST leading 23-22.
The score 22 for the UP Fighting Maroons. In 23 for the UST Growling Tigers.
You know, that was the fastest 10 minutes I've done for the year. It's season 82 of the UAAP. The first quarter ended with UST ahead 23-22. 8 lead changes, just 1 deadlock, with 7 triples for them, and UP with 3 of their own. How else can you describe that first quarter, Christian?
It was frenetic, especially with the type of shooting that we had. And again, both teams combined was 10 of 23 from downtown in 10 minutes of play.
So we're on to our second quarter. UP UST round 2 action. Zach Wang, who played very well against UE and had his personal best and a player of the game. And he was also stroking it very well, playing great defense. As we see the UST Golden Tigresses in attendance. Laure, Bacres, Rondina, some very immensely popular names. Another Laure,
Oh,
of
there
course.
you go.
Yeah.
Former teammate.
Oy, nga pala.
Alan Evangelista.
Yeah, with that
The game winner.
medium range in-between game also. Yeah, some great names from the UST side, and this guy is going to be another one. Nonoy will knock down that jumper.
Can't be happy if you're Coach Bo. Giving up free throws and an offensive rebound, and then a three-point shot as Richie with his second pull-up jumper in this game.
That's a long 2 for Double R. Jollibee 100%, the amazing move of the quarter. An explosive track meet so far, and as good as advertised and as good as anticipated by the fans of both teams. Takeaway.
Good hands by Javi.
One with a counter move. And they'll have 13 to decide on what to do in this possession.
It'll be interesting to see after Richie makes his pull-up, Jay, because usually teams would anticipate him going straight to the rack, either with that Euro or going up strong. Now let's see of how UST responds to that.
Bright Acueti back
Good
in
to
the
see him
game.
back.
Remember, no Renz Abando today. Surprised everybody else. They kept it under wraps, and they are not saying anything about why Renz Abando is not playing.
2 seconds.
And another one. And you know those threes that we're seeing today, this one, a Vivo V17 shoot beyond limits, we're seeing them barely hitting the rim. This is just,
swoosh, no?
oh, today at least, here in the first half. Nonoy, kuahaw, umatake, pumeke, bumitin, wala. Richie looks ahead. A pass too far ahead, and a giveaway by UP. Let's look at this again. 2 seconds ba kamo, sabi ni Mr. Christian Luanzon. No problem.
No problem.
Says Juan Gomez de Leaño, who is shooting a measly 15% from that area coming into this game.
Well, boom, this game rather has been clean and hard. You talk about free throws, only 6 free throws thus far. You talk about turnovers, only 5 turnovers combined.
Wow, with a little bit of a separation nudge.
Hook.
Webb ang tatawagan dito.
Now, how about UP coming into this ball game? We mentioned, you know, not really their style of play is the 3-ball, averaging 20 attempts coming into this game, has already 13 attempts in this half.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
As we see the out-of-bounds underplay, inbounded by CJ Cancino, who just came back in. He was tremendous in that first quarter.
This is the 5th start for CJ Cancino in season 82. Off the glass, deposits a triple. A money ball for Dave Anto, and a PS bankable assist of the game by Bordeos. Para PS Bank, personal loan na maasahan, apply online, no collateral. Lahat na lang ng binato. Pumapasok.
Their 8th three-pointer, what a block!
Woo! Woo!
Let me say it.
60 seconds on the shot clock.
Return to sender by Boom Gonzalez. Look at this one right here.
Oh, ito muna, yung pasa.
Iba to.
Pasa muna ni Bordeos.
Red Paraiso.
And this is the
Bail
back
out.
shot.
Yeah, bail out. Called
One.
back. Shrug. Little
And please
shrug.
do the honors here, Boom.
60
this one.
seconds on the shot clock.
No entry, sabi ni Kobe Paras. McDonald's instant replay. Chabio was surprised. Oh, he wasn't there during the first game. Sabi ni Solomon.
Nandito na ako. Sabi ni Kobe.
And Dave Ando. And again, another swish from 15 feet.
So it's either a swish or a bank shot for the Tigers. There has 9 3-pointers already, and we still have 7 minutes to play in the second quarter, averaging 10 makes per game.
These are the numbers of Solomon Chabio.
But only a 4-point game.
Only a 4-point game and only 1 deadlock, but 10 lead changes already in this matchup so far.
Manzo comes in for Juan.
Pumasok na rin ulit si Brent Paraiso para kay Coach Alden Ayo. Paraiso will go up against Manzo. Rivero will go up against Bordeos. Cancino nakawala. Rivero almost taking it away. Cancino will try another 3. Cancino stays hot. Hot.
Just when you think you have the steal and the highlight probably coming from Richie, it ends up as a 3-ball as the seal underneath, an offensive foul called on Bright. Akweti on Chabio.
This is the biggest lead of UST on the strength of 4 triples of CJ Cancino. He just checked in and his hand is still smoking. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena here in Pasay City. It's been an old-fashioned shootout between UP and UST. With UST right now, the biggest lead of the game, 34-27. Batalier. Nakawala. Rebound contested. It will go to UP.
It was excellent individual defense until the last move by Batelier with the fake handoff.
Coach Bo Perasol, after his apology, his suspension reduced to 2. So he comes back. He wasn't supposed to be here today originally, which was a concern for a lot of people because of those matchups, right? FEU, UE, and then UP.
As Richie misses a 3, UST dropping into a zone once again. Batelier, what a fake!
A show and go, but great contest by Kobe.
That's a poor outlet pass though by Bright.
Giveaway 3-on-1 on the counter attack. Chabio climbing climbing the ladder for Yellow Cab end-to-end play of the game.
Oh, how about the behind-the-back pass by Bert Bordeos right there on a 3-on-1 break. That's a tough fall.
Ooh.
That's a hard fall. Bumagsak sa kanang balikat, yung kanang balikat ang nauna.
Yeah, we've seen him fall a few times here in season 82, and sometimes they look really bad, but this looks really excruciating from our standpoint.
And I'm not so sure what game it was. I believe there was one game in those last 10 na natamaan na rin yan.
Right, yun nga, it's one of those falls, yeah. Gotta look at this again. But really, no intent for Solomon Chabio. He was contesting up top.
Right,
but
it was a good, honest, hard contest by Chabio.
It's the momentum, no?
And also the 1-2 step. And that's the difference of the 1-2 step compared to the 2 feet stop.
Right, of course.
Wherein with the 2 feet stop allows you to do things, to protect the basketball and also to have a better chance to land with your 2 feet.
Right.
Unlike the 1-2 step, pag merong contact tulad ng huling nangyari between Chabio and Paras, it's usually a bad fall.
It's not what we want to see. The stretcher is out for Kobe Paras, who missed the first assignment. Yes, including the one against UST. And today, so far, he started off really strong with 7 points in that first quarter, including a triple, and is holding on right now. So he's not going to use the stretcher. It looks like he prefers to walk on his own onto the UP bench.
I think he's holding, even though he fell on the shoulder, he's holding more to his left rib.
Or maybe, and again, this is just us speculating, it is the shoulder and he cannot bring down to gravity. You know, minsan kasi masakit talaga yan. But we won't speculate any further. We'll find out later on from Yanni Mayo. And he's not gonna. He seems like he doesn't want to go all the way to the locker room. But sometimes, you know, it may be a great idea to go to the locker room just so that there won't be a convergence around you, because especially a high-profile player like him, attention's gonna be on him. Phones and cameras are gonna be on him. You gotta let him breathe, and probably the locker room is the best place to be, regardless of you know, the severity of the injury. And if I'm not mistaken, that is the mom, running towards Kobe. We're hoping for good news later on. So, Renza Bando out for the game. And no comment from the UST side as to why. And now we see Kobe Paras fall here. Remember, CJ Cancino last year, when he injured his knee, it was against the November game against UP.
Right. What, second to the last, or maybe the last game of the season, if I'm not mistaken?
And he was almost like a triple-double machine.
Well, how about today, coming into this game, 23% as a turnover by Paraiso with those big shoes on the baseline. 23% from downtown is CJ Cancino in 15 minutes of play, and has so far been spotless, 4 of 4. The reason why UST is 10 of 16, Sam Concepcion also 3 of 4, 7 coming from Concepcion and Cancino.
And he may not be a triple-double machine. He's a triple machine today. CJ is. At least here in the first half. We're back to action with 5:16 remaining.
Especially with the absence, obviously, of Renza Bando.
36-28, you're right. That is the big part there. Chabio cannot contain his momentum, fouls Jun Manzo.
That was a dangerous pass, really, by Juan. It was well read by Chabio, just half a step late for a potential layup.
Second personal on Solomon.
JD Tongkap coming in for
JD Tongkap coming in for the Fighting Maroons. This is the biggest lead. No, sorry. This is a 9-point deficit early at 36-27. Akweti fakes a pass, kicks it out. Javi lines up a three, gets it to go!
Well, you talk about consistency of shooting the basketball. Javi has done so since the first round. Corner three there.
Gatorade hydration checkpoint. Batalier behind the back. Double fake. Two UP Maroons high up for the rebound.
Great defensive possession right there by UP. One and done.
One kicks it out. Javi thought about it. Subido in front of him. He says, get away! But he cannot finish the play. And UST with possession now. Subido zigzagging through. España. They send it out to Nonoy for three. No!
A terrific
And
transition
Nonoy
defense.
is holding on to his ankle this time. He's still on the floor. Coach Bo Perasol is attending to him. Juan will line up a three. No! It is in the possession of UST, so they have a chance to stop this play right now as Mark Nonoy, who is having an outstanding rookie season, a one-and-done Tiger Cub, has not gotten up from the floor after attempting the three. He might have, I assume, landed on an ankle of whoever did the closeout. And what has been, this is just, you know, an unfortunate blemish to what has been such an exciting, high-octane game. Let's look at this again. Nonoy was free for three. Chavio sent it to him. It was Juan who challenged up. And that right ankle landing on Juan, and Juan did not make the extra extension also on the leg, if I'm not mistaken, Christian.
Did not, but was obviously on the landing spot.
Yes.
So it was something that our officials missed, obviously.
Now Juan is right there right now on our live feed. He's
that's tough. You know, two injuries by two key players
like
for
I said,
both teams.
Such a
Tough.
blemish on such a beautiful game so far here in the first half, and now we've had two players being carried out, and we got 4 minutes and 11 to play. So just a little status report for our viewers who just joined us. Renza Bando did not suit up for the game, and has not been any mention on why. Kept it under wraps. Kobe Paras is out with a shoulder injury, and now Mark Nonoy with an ankle injury. We will be back. You're watching the UAAP Season 82 live and exclusive coverage on SNA, courtesy of ABS-CBN Sports. 36-31 is our score. 10 lead changes, 1 deadlock, and a lot of threes. One of them celebrated here in front of you. Fudgy Bar, O Bar, Sasaya. We have For UST, 7 triples, 10 all in all for both teams. And the unfortunate number that we have to add there is the 3 injuries that are included now in the list just from this game alone. Cancino pops out. And Tungkab is now the guy guarding him like a leech. Oh, that's a tough one for CJ.
That is a great individual defense. And also excellent team defense by UP defending the single-double and forcing the difficult shot.
Manzo cannot finish. Tungkab with 11 on their 24. Tungkab says, let's give it up. Manzo on Cancino. The split play. Acueti makes space for himself and barrels through. And it is 36-33 as UST calls this timeout.
UST Growling Tigers.
Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, 36-33 is our score. And things have slowed down and quieted down a little bit here in this stretch of the second quarter with some fouls, some unfortunate incidents and unfortunate injuries rather. UST looking to speed it back up though. Out of nowhere, Cancino contesting that rebound. It will stay with the Growling Tigers, and a foul will be called? Yes,
right.
I believe so. Bright.
And immediately Paraiso apologizes of what I thought was a 3-on-1 break. Could have had either a layup or maybe a pair of free throws. Settles for the 3, but they will have extra possession.
So both Bright and Chabio have 2 personal fouls. Oh, what a move by Subito. Little jab step, and then he throws it up. And again, nothing but nylon on that attempt.
They're 11th already in the first half on 19 shots.
Bright loses it on the drive. Here come the Growling Tigers with a 6-point lead. The fake pass, they send it to the right side, and another 3. Money ball, money ball, money ball all over for UST.
That time, Sherwin Concepcion making his 3. This time I got it right.
We will be back. 42-33 is the score. A quick 6-0 run on 2 triples for UST.
That has them having the biggest lead of the game in 9. And a timeout si Coach Bo.
Matching the one earlier at 36-27. Richie thought about it.
There's that zone once again. Icing it to one side. Tough shot.
The ball comes back to UP, courtesy of Rivero. And another 15-footer for Richie Rivero to cut the lead down to 7.
You gotta love the mindset of Richie because in-anticipate niya, no, yung pag-drive niya. His third pull-up and so far 2 makes.
Wang against Rivero. Goes to his strong side. Really, the development of Zach Wang, individual, his talent, you know, from back then, just like a defender, a tough defender, and
Right.
then again, 3-and-D player, and now putting more juice into his mix with all of these things that he's showing in season 82.
Well, you mentioned he played well in the last game, scoring those 20-plus points, and anytime you play like that, we saw the first play as Richie continues to hit his jumpers. But going back to Zach Wang to start the quarter, he was the first play. Pinuntahan kagad siya sa poste and continues
Correct.
to do so is Coach Aldin.
Here we go again. Almost the same play, but this time Richie breaking it up.
Well, if there's one guy that knows Richie very well, that's Coach Aldin. Yan ang inaatake niya sa depensa, trying to exploit that mismatch. And here's the pull-up on the offensive rebound. And how about the ball movement? Side to side, corner shot. Richie, swoosh.
Up top! Smackdown! And a 2+1 special in the offing. UST Growling Tiger style.
Eye in the sky, playing one of the best since he was coaching the Archers in terms of the out-of-bounds side play, either getting a quality shot.
Well, look at this, the elevation, the detonation, and the finish, and the bang in the bucket for Solomane Chabio.
Beautifully executed that time, clearing out the weak side, and a perfect pass for the oop.
On 46-38, this game has had it all so far here in the first half. As a little clarification here, referees Ricor Buaron, Jemar Taliedo, and Julius Medillo. And are they signaling 2 free throws? I'm looking at the referee.
So if it's 2 free throws, then it's not going to count.
They're clarifying it right now. I'm looking at. There you go. They made the correction. It's 1 free throw.
Yeah, that's because UP is over the limit already.
I thought they felt like the dunk was too good that he deserved 2 free throws. Ang ganda nung play, bigyan natin na isa pang free throw.
Talk about a 4-point play and making a 2. If that happens, boom, there you go. You said it first.
That's it. All right, so 1 free throw, obviously, for the 2+1 special in the offing for Solomane Chabio. Went up high and down hard, so to speak. And it would be a crime not to complete a play like that.
Masama pa yung loob, it bounced twice. Bounced twice sa rim.
So it's back to a 9-point lead at 47-38. Has been some great individual play here as Richie Rivero now gets to double digits with that triple, his second of the ball game, and cuts the lead down to 6.
12 3-pointers in total for UST, 7 for the Maroons.
How nice is this? At the pregame, we talked about, Christian, hey, today might be the day CJ Cancino and Richie Rivero might have their breakout games. I didn't even think together, but yes, maybe individually, but today, doing very well. Concepcion spins. CJ for 3, short.
First miss from downtown.
A third opportunity. Tungkab looking ahead, steps back for three. No. And it ends up with Concepcion and a foul from Manzo with 29 remaining. And the fans are into this game like this was the last 29 of the fourth quarter.
Not the shot that you want if you're Coach Bo. JD Tungam, not really known as a shooter, but this was the pass advance by JD to Richie, and that time kisses it off the glass. His teammates loving it.
A la Dave Ando. And Concepcion, the sniper, Sherwin, I might add.
Right.
Just to clarify.
Right, let's clarify that.
Yeah, you did. You already did.
Sherwin is a celebrity in his own right. Sam sounds a lot better for the first part only. Let's go back to Sherwin. My bad.
12 points already, quietly, just knocking down buckets here. Goes 1 out of 2 on that trip.
For defensive purposes, papalitan siya
And
ni Dave Ando.
Sabando, as we said, not playing today for undisclosed reasons. Manzo. What a pick provided by Merle. Manzo trying to deceive Ando. They go up top, but broken up by UST with a last chance at the bucket here in the first half. 6 seconds to play. Cancino back to Subido. Subido with a fake. Subido draws the foul.
2 shots.
Pushing down the number 9 Noah Webb penalty.
And
Yun ang masakit.
that's because of the poor shot clock management on the other end. UP could have had as Richie, arguably his best shooting game. 4 of 7, 10 points in the first half. Although I thought he played relatively well in the last game. He had 8 points, I believe, in that first half against the Warriors. Had that crucial steal in the fourth quarter wherein UE was making a big run. Finished that quarter 25-13. But with the steal and the layup, created cushion for them to win that one.
Subido missing 2 free throws, but it's still, the lead is still with UST 48-41 in an explosive, action-packed and storyline-filled first half of this UP-UST game here at the Mall of Asia Arena in SNA. Well, we all need this break in this game between UP and UST, the frantic and frenetic first half. So, as the teams and players go back to the locker rooms, let's go around the Mall of Asia Arena and concentrate on the fans. First up, the PS Bankable fan of the game. Deposit checks in a snap with PS Bank Mobile. Download now. They've been into this game from the start, from the jump. It's been an exciting, action-packed game between UP and UST. Hey, get 10% off on select UAP merchandise items today. Visit uapstore.com now and make sure to flex your school spirit. Mga kapamilya, commute warrior ka ba sa ABS-CBN TV Plus Go? Masusurvive mo na ang stress ng araw-araw na traffic haba ng pila at hassle ng commute. Catch the UAP live as it airs, no data charges while watching. Follow TV Plus Go on Facebook to know more. Speaking of catching, catch all the UAP 82 men's basketball action on iWant. Just download the iWant app or go to www.iwant.ph/sports and watch the games live and on replay anytime, anywhere. We'll be back with Christian Luanzon breaking down that first half. We're right smack in the middle of this battle between UP and UST. Second round encounter, third game of our triple header on a UAAP Wednesday. And we find the Growling Tigers with a 7-point lead at 48-41 after the first 10 minutes, where we have seen explosions, some guys coming up big from the bench, so starters who have started off well. We've seen unfortunate injuries also to some key players. A half that has had everything so far for the UAAP fans.
That was an entertaining first half, minus the injuries,
of
really,
course.
the pace.
The low lights.
Obviously, I thought Bright Akweti also, silently did a great job of rim running, also defending that time. But also, what really caused UP for them to be down 7 at the half was their turnovers. Has 7 in total, 6, all of the 6 in the second quarter. Buti na lang kumonekta sila sa labas, as both teams have a combined 19 for 39 from downtown. Hindi po kayo nagkakamali. 19 3-pointers, all in the first half by both teams.
I see CJ Cancino, Dave Ando, Sherwin Concepcion, all coming in big from the money ball area. UST with 10 triples in this game, 10 lead changes, 1 deadlock, and a host of highlights also above the rim.
Exclamated by Chavio, that out of bounds underplay na may kasama pang foul. No? This was the jab step by Renzo Subiro. I thought that was big for his confidence. And the drive and kick after that to Sherwin Concepcion, who also had 4 threes in that first half.
This game was so fast played, especially before all the the unfortunate incident to Paras and of course Mark Nono, and punctuated of course with that rack attack by Solomane Chavio. These are the numbers at the half.
And I think the question, for UP in the second half, as obviously we see the numbers, we mentioned the 3-ball, can they sustain this? Because this is not their team. In terms of shooting the ball from the outside, you like it. No question about it.
You're talking about UP.
I'm talking about UP.
Right.
You like it that they're knocking down shots. You like it that Richie, quote unquote, having his breakout game, had 10 points in this. Has 10 points in the game, all of his 10 in the second quarter. But can they sustain this? Because UST has proven that in 10 games, and you look at the turnovers, 6 all in the second quarter. I thought that was huge for them to be down by 7.
And these are the individual performers so far. Sherwin Concepcion with 13 leading UST, and then Richie Rivero entering double-digit territory, tying his personal best so far this year. The rebounds and assists, Manzo and Bordeos also off the bench, playing big for Coach Alden Ayo. Boom Gonzalez, Christian Luanzon. We are half of the broadcast team here for ABS-CBN Sports for this game. Let's get to the second half, or the other half of this team. First up, Makayla Chavez with this report from the UST side. Makayla?
Gentlemen, we really can't escape from hurdles, as we've all seen Mark Nonoy's awkward landing leading to his ankle inversion. You know what? On his way to the dugout, you could see that he could not even muster enough strength to stretch his right leg. But eventually, after doing first aid treatments, he was able to pump himself up, trying to feel if he could get back on the court. And so it's so uncertain if he could, but that's the wish. According to Dr. Zaballero, he has actually garnered an ankle sprain on his right ankle, to be exact. Meanwhile, with the urge to own the ground in today's match, one thing has been highlighted by Coach Alden Ayo, and that is to be greedy on the floor today. Coach Ayo has been continuously reiterating for them to embrace defense, to solidify this, to finally put an end to the offensive flow of the UP Fighting Marines. Now, right now, the team is doing their best to adjust their play, especially now that Renz Abando is seen out of action. I'm pretty sure everyone's curious to know the reason behind it, but with all due respect, the team chooses to stay silent. Renz Abando may not be physically present on the floor right now, but his words are actually everyone's fuel for this game. He said, "Sandal lang sa sistema," guys. So ayan, back to you guys. We hope that everything could go right.
Thank you very much, Makayla. Yes, now more than ever, that's sumandal sa sistema. They're down basically 2 of their new players, 2 of their big scoring players in Abando and Mark Nonoy. All right, let's get the news from the other side. To complete the whole team today, Yanni Mayo, tell us what's going on from the UP side of things this time.
Boom and Chris, in the second quarter, we saw that nasty fall that Kobe Paras had aggravating his right arm while on the court. He rejected the stretcher saying, I want to play. But in the dugout, his mom, Jackie Foster, with a worried look on her face, clinched Kobe's leg, indicating that she is there for him. Now, the team's PT told him that he needs to rest for a while before going back in. Currently, we are waiting for a final word from their PT, but Kobe Paras definitely wants to go back in the court. Boom and Chris.
All right, thank you very much. As all players do. Yanni, maraming salamat for the update for Yanni and Makaila. You know, most of these players, Christian, you know this, you've been there, you've played in this court, you've played in the UAP, you get injured. The first instinct really is, oh no, now how am I going to help my team? I want to get back in there.
Because in a player's heart, we practice every day. These players, they compete against each other. They compete against one another, which puts that competitive fire in them.
Right, just before we start our second half, let's present to you our Coho creating beautiful plays. Cancino, perfect pass, perfect pickup, and the rim rattler for Solomane Chabio. Cancino has done everything well here for UST.
So well for about 18 minutes in that game. He was perfect until his last shot.
Hey, reminding you, we are 2 months away from the 2019 SEA Games. The Philippines plays host with the theme We Win as One. The opening ceremony is on November 30, Saturday, and you can expect to catch SEA Games action right here on SNA, Liga, sports.abs-cbn.com, and I Want Sports. Third quarter is underway here at the Mall of Asia Arena. UP with first possession. Mantilla. Rivero free for a three. In and out.
That's a hold on Chabio.
Was it Chabio or was it Batalier? Might have been Batalier.
Batalier, yeah.
So it's Acueti, Merle, Mantilla, Manzo, and Rivero. And Bright just sees this advantage that he has on Batalier, and he continues to bully him downstairs.
Well, we all know how smart of a student Bright is. That's a smart play out of his read on the out of bounds under.
Subido retains possession. It's Cancino, Subido, Chabio, Batalier, and Paraiso. Chabio, top of the circle, three. No, that's off to the right.
Pretty much 4-on-4 in the half court. Jun Manzo checking Cancino, staying home at him.
Mantilla joins in the fun. But JB Mantilla knocks down his second triple of the season. By the way, Chabio has not made a triple after 6 attempts in season 82. Foul away from play, and I believe this is on Mantilla. He's been tugging on the shirt of Renzo Subido, literally at the start of this third.
This was a nice play, a little ball screen action between Acueti and Manzo, and because that weak side was forced to help on the roller, it opened up the shot on Mantilla.
Back to Subido, free for a three. In and out for him.
Great block out by Morel on Chabio.
Morel attacks Solomane, and Solomane says, not today. A McDonald's instant replay as Solomane plays volleyball on that Dave Merle drive. Mantilla will try from the other side.
He checked.
Subido against Manzo. Subido kicks it out. Cancino. Back to Subido. Subido relocates. Got it!
How about the court vision by Cancino?
Domino's Pizza, what a delivery play.
And the decision of not forcing the first attempt on the bailout shot. Drives right behind the back pass for Subido to hit that jumper.
This Acueti Batalier matchup is getting a little bit too physical underneath, although a traveling infraction was called earlier. Here's the
Look at that pass.
yeah, the relocation, escape dribble, and then Subido for the long two.
With a nice
And,
pump fake.
4-point lead, 50-46. Uses the screen.
There's
Oh,
that cross
naiwanan! Oh! But a cleanup job by Chabio after Subido misses the gimme.
UST does such a good job of keeping the defense busy in the weak side inside the paint. The screener action just well read by Subido for the open baseline drive.
Batalier not giving an inch to Acueti. Ball is loose with 4 to shoot. Mantilla, nowhere to go. Picked up by Acueti, but they will run out of time.
Offense really going nowhere. You would usually credit the defense right there.
Look at this Hezi. Whoop!
All alone.
Buti na lang.
Nandun si
Nandun.
Chabio.
Well, the stick back and a 6-point lead at 7:11 remaining here in the third. Cancino puts on the brakes. Risky pass, too tight. Manzo. Manzo shoots the 3. Off to the right. A lot of pulling happening
Right.
here.
Mantilla pulled down Paraiso. No call there. Switch.
Cancino pops out for 3. No!
How fortunate was the defense of UP at that time.
Merle against Chabio, 14 under 24, 6:30 remaining in the third. Rivero against his good friend Paraiso. Paraiso gives him the 3. Rivero overshoots that one. Mantilla trying to get it back, and he does. Repossession by UP on the scrappy play of
Good
Mantilla.
pass. Good help.
3-man substitution coming in. Nonoy is back. Did he just switch shoes too?
He did.
Look at the numbers of Solomon Chabio. This is great news for the UST fans. Wang is also back in the game, together with Mark Nonoy and Sherwin Concepcion.
Chabio now matched up on Acueti. Earlier it was Batalier who just checked out.
That's a kick.
Reset of the shot clock from 7 to 14 again.
6-minute mark of our third. And Cancino will move out now for Bordeas. Kobe is back on the bench of the UP Fighting Maroons. And he is massaging that shoulder. Rivero pops out, crosses over, high, no. The threat of Chabio there to swat it changed the shot of Richie Rivero.
And after the raining threes that we have in the high-scoring first half, both teams approaching the 5-minute mark, really struggling as another miss by a white shirt, but Chabio tries to clean it up.
Nonoy, right in the thick of things. They got 10 on their 24.
Chabio has a mismatch.
Wow. Wang, short stab, no. A tap going to UP, Mantilla. Manzo, going to his right. Manzo all the way. C2 fast break of the game, and he cuts the lead down to 4.
Yeah.
Kobe Paras is getting ready to check in.
And I was about to say, a poor decision by Manzo. That was a 2-on-4 break with the 2 scoring.
Concepcion free for 3. The tap goes back to UST at the Gatorade hydration checkpoint.
Right? Sorry about that, boom. Right, Acueti challenged the shot of Concepcion right there, but did not chase the loose ball. This was the fast break by Manzo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 white shirts inside the paint. Manzo wins that one.
It is 52-48 here in the third. You're watching the UAAP.
James Spencer, Juan Gomez Delgado, and Kobe Paras coming in for the Fighting Barons.
It's a case of bad news, good news so far here in this game. Bad news, Kobe Paras and Mark Nonoy out in the second quarter on bad falls, bad-looking injuries. The good news, they're both back here in the third quarter as Paras just checked in and is shadowing Sherwin Concepcion, and he forces a turnover on UST. Inside. That's a preemptive foul by Ando. So Kobe just checked in, Nonoy checked in the dead ball before that. The only thing that's not going to happen here for sure is Renza Bando suiting up.
You really like how hard Bright Akweti has been working and sprinting down the floor. A lot of contact right there, no call.
A lot of contact in this game. Manzo gets it to go!
Turns out to be a blessing after what seemed to be a blocked shot, whatever it was, a missed shot from inside the arc. Turned out as a 3-ball for Manzo.
Siyam na yan para sa UP.
Probably their best of the season. We're gonna have to double check.
12 para sa UST. UST, by the way, they have a record since 2003 of 16 makes in a game. Twice they've done it. That's their record as a team. 18 is the most. That is from NU. So right now they are at 12 and a ton of basketball to play. Nonoy from way out. No. 5 seconds to shoot. Nonoy recovers just in time at the horn. What a Jollibee 100% the amazing move of the quarter.
Ankle injury, check.
Palit lang sapatos.
Yung pala ang sikreto, no?
Hindi tayo yan eh. They are bionic. That's a push from Nonoy. Naiwanan ni Manzo.
But the same thing goes for Kobe. You know, the last two stops on UP,
You're right.
He's the one that was responsible for it. This one right here.
I say that in general for most of these players. Right. They're all bionic. They're androids right now. 9 of the 11 points of UP this quarter have been scored or assisted by that Cebuano on the free throw line. Scored or assisted by June Manso. This coming off
a 17-point game. His highest scoring output, and that's a good sign obviously for UP with him being in double figures with 3 minutes to go in this quarter.
So now that's 10 of 12 of the points. Nonoy comes up short on that floater, and Akweti inhales that rebound. Oh, but they're gonna call it offensive foul on a swing. And to the disagreement and protest of the UP fans. We gotta see that again, Christian. Coach Bo Perasol biting his tongue this time. Zach Huang. And Huang stayed with Bright. Let's see if the swing. There was a bit of a swing, Christian.
There was a swing, not an extension, but definitely a swing, just enough for the official to make that call.
Yeah, and I thought Huang acted, but there was contact.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, rightfully so, the ball is back with UST. And third personal, by the way, on Bright Akweti. Just
double drag.
Right. Nonoy looking for a foul. Forward pass to Spencer. Spencer flies. No! The pickup by UST. No foul call.
That's got to be something, though. That's got to be something.
Wow, referees just letting the players play too much here.
I understand that, Boom, but you got to call the obvious ones.
That's why I said too much.
Right.
PS Bankable assist of the game. Parang PS Bank personal loan na maasahan. Apply online. No collateral. Allen. Kobe goes back to 3. No. 2:30 remaining. Nonoy sets up Wang. Wang sets up Concepcion. Wang picks up the retrieval. 3 on the way. Acueti with the rebound again. 56-53. Juan Gomez de Leaño steps back for 3. No.
Both teams really has been ice cold, at least compared to the first half, of how they shot the ball extremely well.
And all players now are breathing through their mouths at this section of the game. Concepcion will still try, and it gets it to go!
Sounds cliche, but every time you have your hand down, it's a man down. That was the case right there, late on the closeout. That's why Sherwin was able to make his 5th three-pointer.
High-low play, double team right away on Bright. Bright finds one, finds his shot blocked. Manzo will shoot the 3. No! And Nonoy high up for the rebound and speeding, turning on the Jets, setting up. But Kobe says no. Counter-attack. Kobe, left-handed drive. The bang and the bucket. Emmanuel Vision player of the game on the counter-attack. First, the rejection, then the rim run.
How about the play on both ends? You talk about winning. The only way to display that is not only to inspire your teammates by coming back in after that tough ball, but to show it inside the court, the chase down, and then the finish, once again, finishing with his left hand.
I love how Juan Gomez de Leaño just like touched the ball and passed it back. A spectacular play. Unfortunately, not completed there by Parasan. Obviously affected still by that right shoulder. In the meantime, this is the drought. As they say, law of averages, 12 and 20 in the first half, and it has dropped dramatically in the third quarter. 1 out of 10. Was there a foul, Christian?
There was. Loose ball foul on Webb on the second chance opportunity on the free throw. But to your point, Boom, Kobe Paras is right-handed, fell on his right shoulder. But the way he's been using his left hand, probably a good idea to shoot with his left.
And we've seen it so much this season, that finishing with the left. Webb 2 for 2 to cut that lead down to a bucket.
Change up on the full court press right now, man to man. Earlier there was a 2-2-1.
Nonoy.
Wow.
Again the rejection by Noah Webb. Paras, left-handed drive. Chavio says no go. Nonoy pulls up for 3. Chavio. Ando comes away with it. Zach Wang for 3. No. The tap. Back to Wang. And a foul is called. What a game. What physicality and adrenaline by both these teams. The effort on defense by some of these players, yes, including that one from Noah Webb as he denies access to the Spitfire, Mark Nonoy.
Well, got one good play deserves another. We were wowing on the speed of Nonoy of what seemed to be a layup. And then what's better was the block by Webb. But how about UST? Offensive rebounding in that sequence alone gets
Flying,
3 extra possessions. Right. 16 already in the game compared to 11 for the Maroons.
Fabio and Ando and flying to the hole after every miss. Wang, 1 out of 2. Good enough for a 3-point lead at the end of this first quarter. Colby crosses over, maintains his possession, comes up short, and Chavio comes away with another rebound. That is his 5th defensive rebound.
Well, this could be a big possession, Boom, that could have an effect to this game. And that's because UST, if they make a basket, will have first possession to start the fourth. May go on a silent run.
Wang for 3. Nope. The tap going to Rivero with 6 seconds to play here in the third. Richie sets up Webb, who sets up Juan. Juan for three. No! 60-57. UST with 12 points. UP winning this quarter with 16. 3 points separating these two exciting teams. We will be back. And I thought the first half was fast. That third quarter was a blur. I'm a little worried for my health for this fourth quarter, Christian Johansson, because one word is coming into mind with this game. It has been wild so far, and right off the bat,
3 seconds
oh,
to start
no.
the fourth, but that's an unsportsmanlike foul.
That is, I wonder what went into the head of Renzo Subino here.
Right. Of what could be a turnaround play.
Right.
This one right here, trying to stop the ball, clearly pushing with two hands.
Yeah,
Can't do that.
And then you realize right after, if you notice his reaction after.
Obviously guilty as charged.
Yes.
And that's free throw possession for Richie.
And you're right. No, they haven't been able to like really tie this game or take the lead again. The last time we were tied, it was at 9-all. We've had 10 lead changes, all of that early on.
And Richie continues to be scoreless after scoring 10 points all in the second quarter. Scoreless in the third. This is the last two free throws.
Tira ng tres, no? 3 segundo pa lang nung fourth quarter. A wild game so far.
That's great defense by Huang.
True definition. Kobe drives, gets it to trickle in with a soft touch. Bucking the shoulder. Yamaha Mio #1 move.
Well, he had Noah Webb on his left trying to force. The kick out was UST. Had two guys on top of Kobe, but he finishes.
Christian, this is the closest that the UP has gotten. They've finally gotten within one. This is the fourth personal foul on Webb. Let's look at this drive first. Pure force, and then the control, and then the touch by Kobe Paras, who, if you missed it earlier in the second quarter, went down hard on that shoulder after a drive against Solomon Shabio. And now, Zach Wang, and his turn to miss a free throw.
Only his 12th and 13th free throw coming into this ball game. A 73% free throw shooter, makes 1 out of 2 that time.
2 screens provided for one.
Carry. Batalier was daring Kobe Paras to shoot. You know, reading his lips that time. He was saying, tira mo. Tira mo. But Kobe not biting for it, still ends up with a turnover.
$61-59. Brent Subido. Door shut by Rivero, 7 to shoot. He goes back, door is still shut, 2 to shoot. And great defensive stance by UP. Here comes the counter. The 3 by Javi. Got it! And they take the lead for the first time in a long time. That is our 11th lead change of the game.
What a defensive stop. First, Richie stopping the ball screen to go away from the screen.
Twice.
Then the block by Webb that led to the offense on the other end, completed by Javi. That's a foul, clearly.
And that's not only the 5th, but the referees are going to review that, Christian.
For an upgrade, possibly.
Probably. Eto muna, yung sapal, McDonald's instant replay. And then, Kobe always a willing passer. A lot of people forget that. He's done that many times to a couple of Gomez de Leaños.
Well, that's the benefit of being a driving force. You saw in the replay, 3 white shirts committing to him inside, as if, because 2 was not enough, the possession before.
Yep.
And then, obviously, Javi, the best shooter on the team, knocks it down. This was the foul.
And that they're going to look at and possibly upgrade. Regardless though, Christian, that is Noah Webb's 5th personal foul.
Right, obviously, Noah Webb trying to prevent the three-point play as he got himself up in the air. Coaches teach that. Instead of giving up the three-point play, you'd rather give up the foul and make the player earn it from the line. The question is how you foul the offensive player.
Of course. And sometimes, certain situations, heavy swings, heavy come downs,
Emotional game.
yeah, that too, and a physical game like that. So now it is upgraded
Unsportsmanlike.
to an unsportsmanlike.
Well, this should be no surprise to all of us because we've seen from the start of the season, if there's one thing that the officials have been consistent on, if there's no intent of the basketball, whether it's a player dribbling the basketball or somebody trying to go for a shot, they've been consistent with that call.
And only our I was going to say 10th deadlock, but now no. As 2 free throws made, so our 12th lead change. It shifts back to UST. 9 points for Zach Wang, who will go to the bench for the starter today, CJ Cancino. This starts the ball game for the 5th time for UST. Paraiso has been quiet and continues to be quiet. Chabio with a repossession that goes to Subido. Subido. No foul called. It's still with UST. Paraiso nowhere to go. Yo doesn't get the roll. 4th opportunity by UST and 4 tries. UP foils.
Well, that was a 19th offensive rebound, just unable to clean it up was UST.
Kobe loses the possession. Chabio against Juan. Chabio floats and flies.
And that's your center finishing the fast break with a ball over layup.
And a Jollibee 100% the amazing move of the quarter.
Post up.
Rivero, gumawa ng paraan. Under gold stab and points in the paint for Richie Rivero.
What a recovery, almost a turnover right there after the speed cut pass to the post. Rivero ends up with a reverse.
65-64. Pick and roll, pick and pop rather. And Chabio shows the stroke.
That's a smart play by Chabio. He saw that Akwedi was waiting for him on rotation inside the paint. Instead of rolling straight to Akwedi, goes for the short J.
Kobe drives and will go to the hole for 2 free throws.
But this is the turnover.
Chabio with the ability to, like a gazelle, just glide and stride to get that hole, and then the stroke for that in-between shot.
Right, you see after the pocket pass, a split second before the pass, sumilip siya kay Bright Aqueti who was underneath the rim. Did not go straight to the rim. Catch, shoot, score. Kobe right now at the line. You know, Bright Aqueti has only 8 points, and I say only because obviously he's an MVP, has MVP-like numbers, has 11 rebounds. But really, that play was an example of how hard he has worked, not only for himself, but also for his teammates. His seal opened up the drive for Paras 2 free throws right now.
$67-66. Once again, UP knocking on that door. And UST retakes the lead. 6:35 remaining. Now UP has been involved in a few close games here in this season, and they have not been strangers to it, including a comeback game against LaSalle, which they did not have the lead for more than 38 minutes in that game.
Well,
so
they've been involved a lot already.
Right.
The most team with the 1-point wins of many also that we have.
Correct. Rivero turns on the Jets. Napasa ni Subido yung sidestep.
Great defense by Subido.
Batalier waits for Brent. Brent to CJ, who's been quiet here in the second half.
Good recovery by Manzo instead of giving up the open shot to Cancino.
Subido. Nobody on him. Subido, top of the circle, 3. Misses everything though. May halong pagod na itong mga to. They're starting to feel it.
After seeing a lot of swoosh, especially in that first half, that's the first air ball, I believe, from the 3 for both teams.
No, meron kanina, meron pa. May isa kanina.
May isa.
Meron. Sa UP. Kaya nakakaramdam na ng pagod. Kobe. No air ball there, but no conversion either. Manzo kicks it back out. Looking for a screen. He gets it from Paras. Loses possession. Cancino. Paras takes it away. Recovered by Batalier. And it will go back to CJ. CJ trying to set up Chabio, and a play broken up by Javi Gomez de Leaño. 10 on their 24. 5:20 remaining in what has been a highly entertaining end-to-end game between UP and UST here in the second round. A fan's delight for sure. 9 trending topics on Twitter. The top 20, I assume, 9 of them are about this game. They're totally engaged in this battle between UST and UP.
Well, boom, the team who could come out mentally tough in the last 5 minutes.
Walang pagod-pagod, sabi ni Renzo. A air ball before that and a money ball right after.
And that was out of his own breakdown move.
You're right.
Cross right to left. He had to work hard for the shot, no problem.
Sariling sikap. Gatorade hydration checkpoint here. Aqueti all alone for that one. So UP sticking close, sticking within slipstream here with UST. 70-68. It's like a piece of theater right now unfolding here at the Mall of Asia Arena.
It's great defense by Juan, who just checked in. But the foul though on the hand check after.
Smart too by Subido to swat that hand away to draw the attention. Here's that breakdown. Oh, that is tough.
Right. Tumingin na agad si Juan sa ring. That's a psychological type of challenge, so to speak. To force the offensive player to think twice. Obviously, Subido
He did not. 70-68 for UST.
In the drummers do not beat their drums during timeouts. You can only do so after the buzzer sounds. Once again, we are requesting the pep squads and the drummers to not beat their drums during timeouts. You can only do so after the buzzer sounds. Thank you very much.
We're still live here in this Pasay venue called the Mall of Asia Arena for the final 432. The wind-up, this drama-filled game between UP and UST. We're glad to have you with us. If you chose to watch us today, you did the right thing, as both UP and UST delivering the goods. BDO coaches winning ways. Coach Alden Ayo has lost 2 of the last 3 games, and he wants to come out with a win on this one. But it's going to be tough, as UP has been staying within distance, as Paraiso comes up short.
Not sure if that was the design play after a timeout. Offense really went nowhere. Ends up as a difficult shot by Paraiso.
Javi pops out top of the circle, and they take the lead again, courtesy of Javi's 3rd triple of the game.
And on the other end, they get the stop and had a design play to use Agueti as a decoy. Kick out to Javi.
The 13th lead change of the game, and it happened at the 4-minute mark.
Check down number 1.
Bright Agueti, the numbers. It has been tough for him today. It's been a battle underneath.
Especially with those 6 turnovers. This is the play boom. Ateneo, UST loves to run plays, to pass the ball on the post, to initiate the offense. Simple kick out right there, late on the closeout. Javi knocks it down.
3rd triple of the game for him.
Here free throws for Mark Nonoy.
As Mark Nonoy will try to retake that advantage via the free throw line. Bucking a right ankle injury in the 2nd quarter. And a right shoulder injury for Kobe Paras. And for those who just tuned in, no Renz Abando. And you know what? I'm sure he's hating it right now as a player. I mean, regardless of the reason, yung parang as a player lang na parang, I want to be in there. You know, in a game like this.
It's only 14 games in the season, then you miss 1 game.
And it has to be a
it
game
feels
like
like
this.
100 games already that you missed.
Paras makes space and gets it to roll.
Talk about strength. What injury, says Kobe on that play.
He uses his left shoulder there to manufacture space and get the 15th lead change of the game. Wang. Kobe with the takeaway, but Nonoy getting it back. And that's a foul. And they're going to try to look at that, if that's going to be another upgrade to an unsportsmanlike. But what a sequence of events here. Look at this. Create space.
Volleyball.
And then the feathery touch. Wang risks everything to get it, and dispossessed by Kobe Paras, and the counter dispossession by Mark Nonoy.
Right there, this could be upgraded to the sportsmanlike because he was trying to go for the hip. Nakalagpas na si Nonoy eh.
Ay naman again coming in for Sherwin Concepcion.
3:13 remaining. The shooting has cooled down for the first half, that's for sure. At least from a 3-point perspective, where we're jacking up threes like it was running out of style.
Especially with the advantage that Nonoy created for himself.
And sportsmanlike foul,
So it's
number
2
22,
free
Javi
throws
Gomez
and ball
Delgado.
possession,
Yes,
as
first.
it is deemed an unsportsmanlike
Coming in
foul.
for
And again, we
Sherwin
reiterate
Concepcion.
this. These are not based on intent. This is based on the actual action of the foul, regardless
ball.
of intent. On the ball or not.
CJ
Or not,
Garcia coming
yeah.
in for Zach White.
So far, 3 unsportsmanlike calls already in this game. The first by Subido, the
Here
second
free
by
throws for
Webb, and
Mark
this was
Nonoy,
the
plays
3rd
the
one.
ball possession for
by
the Rowley
Javi.
Tigers.
No play on the ball, as you mentioned. As Mark Nonoy reunites with the free throw line. And now, shoulders getting tighter. The air in the arena getting heavier. And the cheers getting louder from the opponent, resulting in 2 misses from the free throw line.
Fatigue obviously setting in, and also
the pressure.
The pressure obviously of this game. We mentioned the importance of this game as we see Coach Alden Ayo.
Happy birthday, Coach Alden. Paraiso, ginawa ng paraan.
Brett Paraiso.
This time it's his time to attack the mouse in the house in Manzo.
16 lead changes.
Straight post.
Under 3 minutes to play. One. He creates space. And the left-handed finish on Mark Nonoy.
Now that's a big possession, and that's because offense was really going nowhere. They wanted to go straight to Aqueti, who asked the ball twice on both sides. Created by Juan eventually.
Juan breaking up the play, but it stays with UST. Chabio with a repossession. Nonoy thought about the three, goes back. Halfway down, but back out for Mark Nonoy. Juan Deliano with possession. Kobe. Wild on the drive. Nonoy speeds. Nonoy with one to beat. Sets up Cancino. Denied entry. As we get into the PS Bank last 2 minutes. PS Bank, pasend via mobile ang padala mo. Cash agad in minutes. Two teams dragging each other into the deep waters.
Good pass.
Paras for three. Bang! And a luxury of a 4-point lead at this crucial juncture of this ball game. 18 points rather, 5 rebounds, and a big three.
Once again, we are requesting the pep squads and the drummers to not beat their drums during timeouts. You can only do so after the buzzer sounds. Once again, we are requesting the pep squads and the drummers.
We're back inside the Mall of Asia Arena as we are into the deep waters of this wild game between UP and UST. That's the only word I can think of right now. 78-74 and a huge Kobe Paras three. First, this left-handed floater.
Shot
Then
clock at 14
the block
seconds.
by Javi Gomez Deliano. Defense to offense. Kobe Paras, the 4-point lead with 1:40 remaining. A ton of basketball still to play.
Good closeout by Javi right there.
Subido with 6 to shoot. Subido will draw a foul from June Manzo, and that will
Two
mean
shots.
free throws. And that's because it
foul,
looked like
number
that
13,
play
June
was
Manzo
bogging down.
penalty.
Am I correct, Christian?
Right.
Foul on
And this
June
one, they
Manzo.
were icing the ball screen right here,
Zach
trying to
Juan
influence it
giving
into
the ball
Bright
to CJ
Aqueti. You don't
Cancino.
see him on your screens right there, but clearly a foul
free throws
on the
from
left
Enzo
hand on Manzo,
Subido.
trying to impede Subido with a baseline drive.
So that kind of a bailout foul as Subido will try to scavenge 2 free throws out of that play that would have been a botched play.
Right.
So this keeps them within slipstream now and breathing down the necks of UP. Down 2. A game that has seen 17 lead changes. Juan Gomez de Leaño against Renzo Subido. Kobe makes his move. The tap goes to Paraiso with 1:13 to play here and 20 seconds on the shot clock of the Growling Tigers.
That was terrific post defense by Chabio on Bright. He didn't touch the ball in that possession.
Batalier. Subido again, late in the shot clock. Nakawala. Paraiso for 3. Gets it to go!
What a play by Subido. Using the pump fake as the main weapon right here. Goes back to the weak side where he came from. Paraiso knocks it down.
Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena. And UST with the 18th lead change of the game. The timeout is music to my ears with the cheers from both UST and UP crowds. Juan, a turnover, giveaway with 47 seconds remaining. Subido eye to eye against Juan. They blitz Subido. 4 on the 24. Subido for 3. Gets it to go! Oh my goodness. Cold-blooded. The 16th 3 of UST. That ties their all-time record that they've established twice. Playing, bogging down, nothing developing, and then he just lifts it up and gets it to go.
Shot clock at
82-78. UP possession. UST with a 4-point lead at 26 seconds remaining in the game. 10 on the 24 of UP. Javi back to Kobe. Kobe high up for three. In and out. Chavio with a rebound and a push by Javi Gomez de Leaño.
Of what could be the game right there. How about UST not only winning with their offense, but with their defense? One and done in that possession. You want to close the game out, you better not give up offensive rebounds. That's exactly what they did.
What a game. Before those 6 points from Paraiso, which by the way was his first triple, first field goal in 6 attempts, assisted by Renzo Subido. This was looking like it was UP going to snatch this game, and then all of a sudden, Subido with the assist, Paraiso with the make, Subido with a tough triple to give them this 4-point lead.
Up by 4 in the last minute, carrying a little momentum when they were up. But, you know, the decision making, we talked about them being tired already. Part of that, not only from a physical standpoint, also comes the mental. Subido with the assist and a shot.
10 seconds remaining. No foul call. And USD is fouled again here? Yes, with 7.5 remaining. And the birthday boy, Coach Alden Ayo, with a little bit of a, you know, a rude welcome back to Bo Perasol, as Bo Perasol comes back today.
Nanalo yung birthday gift, kalaban sa welcome gift.
Paraiso is, by the way, one of 7 of the 11 players which used by Coach Alden Ayo with at least 1 3-point made today. They've had 16 today. That ties their all-time record, which they've done twice in their history. And that repossession,
their 20th offensive rebound. That was a key stat also for them to get the attempts.
That seals it for the Growling Tigers. Boy, what a tough match this was. What a tough win. And you gotta give credit, Christian, to both teams gutting it out from jump ball.
Right.
From the get-go of this game till the last second.
Well, especially how the pace changed. High scoring from the first half.
Crazy.
Low scoring in the second half.
Crazy.
And then answering the call, let alone Paras and Nonoy coming back from the injuries. What a game it was.
84-78. Kobe Paras shakes hands with all the UST players and coaching staff. And yeah, Nonoy coming back from injury, Kobe coming back from injury, but this is the guy. 13 of the 22 points of UST in the fourth quarter were scored or assisted by this graduating Spitfire, who is our PS Bankable Player of the Game, PS Bank Home Loan. Isang araw lang, may bahay ka na.
You just gotta be really impressed with Renzo Subido, you know, playing in his senior year. A lot of questions still, despite of being the leading scorer after season 81, really is his decision making. And the decision making in the fourth quarter with the pass, with the shot, was just superb.
And the nerves of